Mic check. Yup. Mic check 1 2. Going live in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Turn this down a little bit. We can get started. I think my background is looking just fine. The only thing I've not done is setting up that color. I don't know what color should we go with today. I think that blue looks good. I think that's my favorite color of them all. So let me see if there's something else. Bruh. Green, red. Or I can have it play around. What do we do? That's purple. Yep, I think that's better for the day. Nah. Hey, my guy. Oh. Yep. Okay, let's start. Today is the last day of stream. So let's see if we can end the year powerfully. Ooh, that is a beautiful drop. So yesterday we finally got a good trade after 2 weeks, and strike was finally, the 2 week streak of losses was finally broken. So remember, we did a 0.5 risk over here, and then I modeled another one over here, and this is kind of where we closed. And then when we opened, we just shot down immediately, came and took me out. I wanted to have my final TP over here. Look at that place, guys. Look at that. This is kind of where I thought yesterday. We can see the market come down to right there. That last down 15-minute candle before we shot up. But sometimes, you know, they'll do some time distortion until we get to those kill zones. So what I did, I think my stream went off before because I wanted to have like 90% being taken out here, and then like leave a runner in case the market wants to reach these areas down here. But I changed that, and I just had my full TP get taken out at this 5-minute zone. Look at how we just came and closed it completely. And we do have some others here, 1, 2, that we've closed completely. And now there's one here that I think, you know, could be one of today's targets. We'll see how that goes. Let me just make sure I've marked them to the point as much as possible. And I think we are heading downwards. Oof, Jesus Christ. So let's go do that quick analysis, have some levels on these charts. I'll pull this up to 1 p.m, which I think most likely this is where price is coming right now. So wow, seems like there was a trade at 11 maybe. No, it just dropped down like crazy. Which coin is it? Series of dairy coin. Are you asking like which instrument? Or could be they also called coin, but this is the US30. US30. Let me show it to you right here. Right there. The provider I'm using is 8cup. So US30. Thank you so much for checking out the page. 46 subscribers, man. That's what's up. Anyway, so let's go do a quick a rundown starting from the monthly. Ooh, look at all those trades that we have been taking. Executions, let's get I think I want this there. Executions out, and then I'll leave those levels there. They don't bother nobody. Let me group all this so it can be in one group, so we can just turn them off like that. 4 hour daily. Okay, now this is the monthly time frame. All these levels are high time frame levels. So we only have to worry about this zone over here because we are scalpers. So all these so this zone right here is all that we need. We have nothing to look on the left. Remember, this is the all-time high. So in terms of anything on the left on the monthly, we are blind. So let's go down to the weekly. I like this. What do I like? Anyway, this is the previous week high right there, and can take that back to you. So let me get rid of this. We'll use it when we go to the daily. The previous week high is right there. Previous week low is over here. All-time high level is right there, and all these are averages levels, in between levels, like the 3/4 of this week and the half of the week, which are support and resistance areas. If you go down to a lower time frame, then you'll notice these levels that there is some sort of consolidation around those areas. And this is an old weekly high right here that we ran through, so I do have that marked. So if we are going down, then the other level that I'm seeing would be this old weekly high and these other levels. Currently, I think we are at this close price of last week's candle. I think that is what we are currently at right now. I'm going to say weekly OHLC, so I'll just have it like that so I can know that's the weekly close, right? Because this is the high, open, high, low, close, and I'm sure there's gonna be a level on a smaller time frame. So let's go down to the daily and let me see what levels I had before. So this gap right here was completely closed. We've traded down and above, so we don't need it. The same with this one here, traded down and above with candles, so that is well taken care of. So this one, only the wick passed through, so I think that level, in my opinion, is still live. So if we are gonna be coming down, this is one of the levels that we will look at. And then I like these equal lows over there. I think I had these levels marked out yesterday. Let me just yep, I had that level marked, so let me bring it back. Old daily low, no, that's already taken care of. We don't need that no more. So that right there will be the daily liquidity, those equal lows. So if this candle persists, then we do have this low, which is the previous day low, so we don't need, which is a previous 4 hour whatever as well. So yo, what you doing? So I'm gonna pull up this indicator that helps me with the previous day high and low right there. Previous day high, previous day low, and the EQ is right there. So that previous day low is also one of yesterday's 4 hour lows. So I think we're good on the daily. So we either come challenge this high and maybe see if we want to keep on going up to this area, or keep on going down. Now this is a swing low, so 1 2 3. It's typical for us to see us keep on going down. So my bias for the day will be bearish. 1 2 3. The fourth candle, I would have loved if this high was kept intact, but we went above it and now we are fighting to come down. So if we keep on persisting downwards, then these lows is what I'm gonna be looking for. So weekly something. Let's go down to the 4-hour, see what we have. Okay, look at this up candle right here. Let me pull. Yep, it's marked. Look at where we this up candle from the open price, right? Pull it to the right and you can anticipate some sort of resistance from that area. You can see the candles, the bodies remained below that open price. So that right there is a strong resistance area. Doesn't mean that it cannot be run through, but I think there's a higher probability that price will be sent down. Now, look at where again we are. Look at this down candle before we shot up. So we are in between those levels as we speak. So we can see price consolidate in there, or we can see either side broken out. So this is the last down candle on the 4-hour time frame before we shot up. So this gap between this candle high and this candle low has been completely closed, and then this other gap that they left here has also been completely closed. I mean, at least with a week. So we do have a gap here, which I'm going to be marking. Now, this is yesterday's situation. I want to mark this gap over there, which, in my opinion, I think is another level that we can get down to and find some support from there. 4 hours. So if I'm in a move, that will be an area to take a partial. If I believe that we are likely to keep on going down, that's an area where you want to, take a partial. And I think we're good on the 4-hour. What else did I add? So these two are going to the 4-hour pool right there. So now I can close all this and have a clean chart just like that. Boom, 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 boom. Except for that indicator. So I do need those levels for now. Let me hide this. Okay, let's go down to the 1 hour. So in the meantime, this to me is a bullish setup, but looking at this one right here seems a little bit stronger to send this price down. Again, these levels here, like we saw yesterday, low and high and higher low. So that right there is some liquidity that is likely to be run. You can see this rejection that we're going to the upside. So we'll see how that goes. It seems like we're now in between this high and this low. So we are now working to either come above this high or come below this low. Our entry, our whatever will let us know where we're going. Looking at the 1 hour, what do I see? That down candle right there with the fair value gap, resisted price to the upside. So this is what will happen if we do come and close below this low. Well, we do have some more support over here, but I think it will be most probable that we can see a move to the downside. And remember, we do have these levels here that we saw on the daily, right? This low and this low. But how this one came down and this one closed up, I see we opened, probably we did go up, not able to keep on persisting, and now we just kind of played in there. 50-50 to go up or down. Our entry criteria will let us know. If we see a signal, man, we're going in. I don't think I'm going to mark, let me just, if I have to, I'm going to have a lot of markings. Let's just do it anyway. Pull this up to 1 p.m. We have like 16 minutes. So we are still in share. Pull that to 1 p.m. right? This is a 1 hour gap that we are currently staying above. And then we also have this one here. I'm not going to mark it too much. Let's go to, and then look at this. This is all right there. That is just looking like this. If it was the other way around, kind of like how we have this one here where we trade above it and then shoot down, This right here, if I was trading the 1 hour, I think I would have taken a sell in here. My stop loss would be up here. Seeing if we can come down here, but I don't trade the 1 hour. That's just too big for me. I'm a scalper. Okay, looking at this, you can see everything is confused. On the 1 hour, that's a bullish entry right there. On the 4 hour, it should be a bearish entry going down. On the 30-minute, this right here is a fair value gap, looking like something you can take a sell to come and attack these lows. So seems like we are ranging, which is my strategy, in my opinion. Not in my opinion, but I know it. It's usually it does good in such environments. So that's the 30-minute. Look at that gap over there. And I'm going to mark it, but I'm sure there's going to be a gap on the 5-minute, so we can update it. I think you're good up to this point. Is there anything I'm missing? I don't think so. We either come up here or break down and come here. So 15 minutes, it's gonna be the same story, those gaps. Ooh, there's no more gap. So this one here, which I'll still leave alone. Now let's go to the 10 minutes. I used to use these 10-minute fair value gaps before, but like this one right here, I would now be in a sell, you know, and then I start hoping for the market to go down. But it's all good. Now I'm going to update, as I said, that 30 minutes. Do I still have it there? Let me do this. I want to mark this 5-minute gap over there. Those are my go-to things. And then we do have this one here that we are currently, you know, pushing up to right now as we speak. And then we have left another one here, right there. And because of that, I'm going to be, or let me just push it to the side a little bit, because I think they can, it's likely that it'll come to this one. Which coin is it? US30. And I think we could, oh, look at this one here. I have to mark that. And let's update that higher high. Liquidity, and look at this sweetness over here. See all that likely to be run. So I'm going to mark. Not looking so clear, but maybe we can have some clarity when we get down to whatever, a smaller time frame. And I think we're good. And then we do have this 5-minute here, and then this 4 hour. I'm gonna pull this to the right because it's a place that we did come before. So I'm thinking price might want to come and retest it one more time. And then we do have this level over here that also looks attractive to me. And let's have that 5 minutes. So we have like 12 minutes, so we still have time. I think we're good now. So the next thing I do is pull up my 4-hour ranges. This is just the previous 4 hours. So look at this right here, consolidation. Let me draw this, bruh. Maybe I need to start trading a London session. So usually just so tired by then. And then oh. So now we've built a story, and now only one thing is left. Okay, just make sure it's all the way down there. Okay, now we're good. We can get rid of those levels. Now this is that thing, if you've been listening to my previous streams, that I'm saying this is the Asian, I believe, 11 p.m. to, is that Asian to 2? This is London, and then I think 3 a.m. is New York. So look at this period here. This is kind of consolidation, right? and then we'll see manipulation where it goes one side and then it goes to the other side. So this expansion here, this distribution of what that be, is what you want to get involved with, and then you can time for a short to see if we can get to at least the 3/4 of this level, right? So this right here, when we add some more time of trading, that will be something I'll definitely be looking at. Look at this one, consolidation, opposite side, and then the intended side. Is that what happened the day before yesterday? Okay, I don't have those levels, but I think we're good now. So this is nice. It would be really, really, really nice if we can come all the way up here and then dive down. That would be nice, because now I can only look for, this is not right. Why not? Why not? Yep, the 4-hour ended right there. So this is that profile where the 4-hour ends and then just shoot down. So wow. So we are coming from the discount of this 4-hour, and also we are at the discount of this one. So it still will be a good place to buy up to somewhere here. We'll see how that goes. So now we go down to the 1 minute, and then I pull up my 30-minute ranges, and I think they are already on the charts. Now what we want to see is the 12 p.m. range close. I know there's too many markings. So this is that weekly close price, and look at that reaction on the 1 minute. That is just nuts. Which would it be? So this will be this, which one? This candle over here, right? That let me make it bigger. That weekly close price, that's why I have it as WC. If we go down to the 1 minute, you can see how we have some, beautiful setup over there. So if I was trading, if I was here at 11:30, that would have been an entry for me. We are in a gray zone. We traded below this 30-minute right here, the 11 to 11:30, traded below, and then we went back. We have two equal highs. This is the latest equal high, not equal high, but swing high, and that would be my entry right there. And you can have your stop loss right here because there's no inefficiency, but the safest place to have your stop loss will be below the farthest swing low that you have. And then 1:2, we would look at 1:2 at somewhere right there. So that would have been a quick win. So seems like, seems like they're getting back to it, and then it's just at that, high time frame level over there. So, and then it just hit the previous day EQ. So, I mean, it's logical to see a good bounce. So now that's the same thing that we'll be looking for when going short. And let's see if we can get that win. We now made a good amount yesterday on that trade I took. So at least, excuse me, we're back up to the 400K. So can we get back to the all-time high of this account, which is 446? Let's see if we can hit that goal today. Now we're good. We have 7 more minutes. Now we just wait. My best setup will be if we can shoot all the way to over here and then break down, come back to this zone again. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, let me see if we have something. This candle here, I like it. I think we can come to retest it one more time. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. I think we are likely to break down. This rejection to the upside, I think it's fake. And then this is the 1 hour. Look at those lows over there. Low and a higher low. That is very church to me. So I'm gonna have it look like this. And now we just wait for a signal and we engage. So let's go check out the sisters. I'm very concerned with US500. He has not yet reached his all-time high, which is, let's go to the monthly. He's up here. So will they do it today? I doubt. But who knows? Go down to the 5 minute, and what we do is pull up that indicator that shows us the previous 4-hour ranges, and let's mark them real quick, and then we'll do the same for US 100, and then by 12 we'll be ready to go. So if we don't get a trade between 12 to 12:15, I'll normally wait until 12:30, unless the trade looks so good. If it happens between 12:15 to 12:30, so that is done. Oh, good. These are 4-hour ranges from yesterday. Do we need them? I don't think we do, because we've messed with those areas enough. The one that is untouched, I will leave it. So let's do this. That 4-hour high right there. We have 4 more minutes, so we still have time. 4-hour high, and then we do have another one just up there. 4-hour high, and I'm gonna do the second previous 4-hour high. The US 500 is done. Wow. This would have been a very, very good buy, because we are in discounts. Look at this gray zone. You want to buy from there. The blue zone, you want to sell from there. So, man, that would have been a very good trade. Let's do the same on US 100. They already hit their all-time high. So, I just don't like these levels. I mean, they are too attractive. They're just too smooth, right? Price is likely to come and run those highs. Otherwise, we do have a 5-minute situation here. Let's see how that works. I don't know why I didn't mark, but I'll do it in a minute. Yo, my guy. Let's see how those 5 minutes will be handled. How much time do we have? 3 minutes. I'd like to have finished all this by like a minute to 12. And then we have this one here. Let's see how price will react to those gaps. That will let us know if we are likely to run this higher. Okay, pull up that 4-hour range, 4-hour ranges. Hey. Oh, nice. Now, if you've looked at my streams the last 2 days, I did introduce another system that I'm thinking of interchanging with this one. That one you don't have to do all this. It's just straightforward. So I'm gonna mark this high right there. So that's that previous 4-hour high. It's the second previous 4-hour high, and then we do have this one. Should be this one. That's the highest in that range, and man, we are good to go. This is a range from yesterday that we don't really need. Okay, 1 more minute. Let's see if we can get a trade real quick. I have these ones here on the 5-minute just to monitor, the momentum in the market at the moment. And I think the 5-minute does a good job for me. Do we have any inefficiency over here? Nope. Yes, we do have one up here on the 5-minute, right there. And to me, that is unfinished because the original one is between this candle and this one. This one kind of went in, so we will note it as unfinished. We're not supposed to work up there because, I mean, but then again, we did get a beautiful shot from there. So we are likely to attack that zone. Pull this up to 1 p.m. The other ones is this one. It's okay. So now look at this. This is now a low right here. I'm not supposed to take a sell because we are in that gray zone. So I'll still, I will adhere to those rules. But this right here can be a good shot. So it looks something like that at this low. Just look for a quick 1:2 at that low right there. But my rules say, my guy, you are in the gray zone. We only look for buys in a gray zone, and then see if we can come back to this previous 5 minutes that we left. Whoa, we do have a couple of them right here, right here. Okay, let me just mark them. Bear with me with the markings. Those 5 minutes, they do tell a story. So for example, coming down, then, I'm expecting a lot of resistance on these zones right here, especially this one where we do have like a gap on this other side. So how this one should have worked is it should have been resistance when we got here. So we go down. So what we did is we broke above it. Let me give it a different color. We broke above so we can expect some sort of support from that zone to push price up. We have a lot of markings. I'm not gonna have that there. So now can we get a good entry? Yo, you stay on the 5 minute, you go down to the 1 minute right there. I don't like to see this. Like if I'm in a short, we have a 5 minute favorable gap here, another one here, another one here. I prefer if it looks something like this, where the farthest one from my entry is giving me at least 1:2, right? In this case, this would have been a perfect scenario because it's offering like 1:3. So let me have those. I don't know. Let me leave it alone. What I would like to see is us come here and then we shoot down. Now, it's 12 though, so we don't have to. Well, let's see. If I get a really good trade, I'll be risking like a 2.5% just to have fun. Or I can just risk a normal 1% and then just keep adding if I'm selling, I'll keep adding every retest of up candles. We do have an imbalance over here, but I'm going to include all of it right there. Let's see how price works with those levels. 5 minutes. Ooh, I like that. You know what? This right here is an entry. See that low? I know there's too many markings, but this low right there is an entry. La, 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 la. Do we take it or do we leave it alone? You know what? Let me just do it. We have to be careful. Let's do like a 0.5% just because one of the rules has not been met. The stop loss is 2000. Okay, I will update to that low. My stop loss should be above the high. That's where we are. Now I think that is FOMO, fear of missing out. Just in case it rips, because I've seen such setups happen at 12 a.m. where it comes above the previous 30-minute range, and then they leave that low right there, and it just crashes through like nothing is on its way. That is now the latest high. The stop has to be above there. Again, these ones do have a 5-minute over there and over here. I'm going to mark the latest one. I want to mark all of them. It seems like we are just persisting to the upside. I mean, we'll see. This is that 30-minute fair value gap. No. Up here, right there, with some sort of consolidation, and then we just left. So we'll tend to come back to that zone over there. Now, are we likely to take these highs? Everything here on the 30-minute is well balanced. So I think this is where we can get a good shot. But I would prefer if they came to this blue zone. But remember, in the meantime, the order flow is bullish, at least on the 5-minute time frame, and even on the 15-minute. See how we look at this down candle, and we shot up and we've closed above it, and now we are leaving this gap over here. We can see price coming here and then keep persisting to the upside to attack these highs over here. Today, to me, it seems like price can do anything. So my entry should now be at this low, and that is where I'm going to update. Put my swing low. Only risking 0.5 because one of the rules has not been met. High. In my opinion, this down candle should hold price to the upside. If we break below it, that would be nice. But look at how it's offering support in the meantime. Okay, as that one is set, let's go check out the other system real quick. Okay, let me see if we can get an entry here. I kind of like, because see how we are, getting some sort of support on this. This is resistance on these 5-minute gaps right there. So maybe we can pass through all of this and come to the latest one here, which is the most, the fast 5-minute whatever before we shot up. 5-minute gap right there. Okay, let's go check out this other system for a minute. See if, US30. So yeah, here we'll be looking for a sell signal, right? Because all of the AMAs have crossed right here. So what we're looking for is price to come and retest this 200 channel over here, 200 EMA with that channel over there. And then if we break down and all the EMAs align, then that's an entry. Kind of like what we have here. We passed and then we retest here, no signal, and then we got a signal over here. That would have been a stop loss for me because I'm not doing anything less than 1:3. And then now we wait for all of them to come down and then retest. It's okay, price can go above the 200, but the EMAs should remain below. So I like this. I think we can have some bearishness just looking at this. Let me see how it looks like with US100. Same vibe. US500, same vibe. Anyway, let's go back. I usually like when I'm tagged in and pray, hey, and price just remains below. Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. But we're gonna have an issue here. So what I'm gonna do is I'll go to the other system and see if we can get a second entry using it, and then modeler 1:3. Oh, what do we have to lose? Oh wow, they have given me a better entry. I thought using sell stops and buy stops, you can only get the price that you had, or even hmm. So our end, no. My entry was actually below this low. Yeah, it's me who didn't update that this tool over here. So we did get actually we get filled just below. Now, my final TP is gonna be just right there. Actually, I think we'll get down here. So what I'm gonna do is I'll take a partial when we get here, if we will get there. This up candle before we broke down is our last line of defense right there. So if we close above it, then it becomes a low probability setup. If we stay below it, keep on going away from it, then we do have something. Look at US100. That all-time high level is where they're sort of finding some support. I don't like this so much on US500. Those levels right there are just too close to each other. I mean, what you want to see is some sort of like a manipulation. Price just shoots up and then comes back down, and then it keeps on trading to the downside. But these ones right here, they just come like this. There's a high probability that will be run. So we've closed above this candle, so we are in a low probability setup. But it doesn't mean that that it won't work. It can still work and work perfectly. As I've said before, I've seen price come right to where my stop loss is, and it just stands and goes and hits my target. Wickless candle right here, but then again, it's also forming another wickless candle over there. So now we just wait. If this one fails, we wait for the next signal. Thank you so much for liking the stream. I appreciate 6 of us watching. Oof, that is a blessing right there. I think I can do I have a provision for 4? Yes, I do. And then I can have that other system here, but nah. I need more space on who I'm working with. Can we have like 1 and then 1, 2, 3? Yes, right here. But then these ones are so squeezed. So then I can have that other system up here. That would be nice. That would be really nice. Actually, let's. No, I can't. Yes, we can. So what I can have is an additional 0.5% entry at this low right here. So it will be something of the sort at that low, and then just have my stop loss where we have this other one. Because what they can do is just leave that level intact, then come hit some levels down here, and then come and run this. So that's why no matter what is up there, when I see my entry signal, I am engaging. I want this to be US30. Oh, so I didn't have to delete the others. Okay. Can I take it back to it was? Yep. Ooh, let's go. Okay, I'm gonna have to delete all this. I hope it doesn't affect nothing. Wait. Huh? So if I had my additional entry, right there, I would have been tagged in maybe, and then now this is what I like to see. See how we have equal lows over there? I like to see that when I'm in a short trade. I like to see those things happening in my favor, like in this case. So are we likely to leave these levels intact? I don't know. But that right there is some liquidity. If this ends up being confusing, I'll just get rid of it. So what I want to do is just build up that other system over here. In the meantime, let's see how this position works. I'm very tempted to add like a 0.5% entry here, but we are now consolidating. Now look at what we're doing, forming some sort of a wedge pattern over there, right? And we know when that starts happening, we have to choose one side. Come down as a fake and then break up, or break up as a fake, then break down, or just break either side and keep on going. We can have that just imaginary like that. I feel like we have too many levels. Let me get rid of these lines as well, so we can kind of have some clean charts over there. Okay, let's build this site real quick. We start with EMA. We're going to use moving average ribbon. Yep. So that is just one indicator. So if you're using TradingView, instead of having like four EMAs, you can just have that one indicator. Especially if you're on the free version, you have like what is the maximum 3 indicators. So this moving average ribbon right there can do the trick for you right there. So let's go in, and we're gonna do 200, 100. Instead of 50, we'll have 36. My 200 I want it in black, and 100 can be blue. 36, that color is okay. And then 200, I want this blue right here. No, this one has to be 9, not so 9, 36, 100, 200. And then I want this to be EMA, not SMA. Now this thing is playing games with us, my guy. Look at that wedge thing. You know what? Let's just draw it for fun. How did I draw this one, man? Okay, let me just assume it's gonna be this low and this low over here, right there. Okay, let's see what side it will want to break out of. Let's go back to this guy over here. So now we have actually I want us to have only 9, 36, and 100. And then let's change that one. I want it to be those crosses as you see right now, right? Oh, and then make 36 a little bit bigger and 100 much bigger. No, that's too much. Okay, 36 and 100 can share the same. And then we're going to go and add another tool, and it's called, let me see what I have. What is it called? Something, Keltner. Oh, let me make sure. Keltner channels. Yep, that baby right there. And then the setting is gonna be inputs. We don't need that upper. We don't need that upper. We don't need the lower. We only want it to look like that. And then, okay, let me just have it like this. Let me assume these guys are not there. And then what you want to do is, I want the basis to be black, and then that basis right there is going to be 200 EMA. Use exponential EMA, yes. Multiplier, I want it to be 1. See how it kind of squeezes? Yep. And then the color, I want it to be, the background, I want it to be sort of gray. Yep, that gray right there works with me. And then the 200, make it a little bit bigger. And we're good. So pull up the other images, and just like that, we have that system. So if you need to build it like I did, just go back and see what I did. Settings are right there. And you can adjust to however way you want it, right? Oh, 200. And I think we are in the money. My guy, you're doing too much. Why is this so big? Oh, yeah. Oh, see how we're gapping down? That's what I want to see. So this, let me take this to the 1 minute. What we want to see is, and actually I think I'll take a trade. What you want to see is all the EMAs come below the 200 right there, and then you want price to come back and retest the 200. Price can go above the 200, and even this channel, it's okay. But as long as the EMAs remain below, that's okay. And when price comes back down, and then so in this case, I'll be waiting for 36 to trade below the 100, and then I'll wait for these dots, which are pretty much the 9 EMA. I just think it looks better with, I mean, see, it's a line. I think it looks better with, you can have the circles or you can have the cross right there. So now I'll wait for 36 to trade below 100, and then these dots to go below 36, and that right there is a signal. Stop loss, you enter in a stop loss just above the 200 or above the channel over there. So I think we can take a trade. Let me have it on a different, yeah, right there. Let me see if I can model a trade using this system. Again, remember we do have this fair value gaps, but then again, with this system, you're not worried about any of that. I will not take anything less than 1:3. So what am I waiting for now is 36 to cross, which is the gold, to cross the blue line, which is 100, and then 9 has to be below. So right there, 36 is just about to close below. The advantage of this system is I'm able to engage in a trade way before all these things align. The disadvantage is this one will align. It kind of shows you that, yo, the momentum is now there. There's a high probability that if we go in, it's gonna keep on working. This one, the disadvantage is you're kind of picking the top, you know. But you know, with time, the factor of time, like see how I'll only take a trade at 12 or at 12:30, or that should help you. If this fails, it fails. That's all good. So in this case, if this fails, this one I would have been saved. You see, if this works, I'm already in the trade. So this one I'll kind of I'm kind of late, so this is safe. This is more risky, more rewarding. This one is safe, but could also be more rewarding in that you could take a few losses. Not that it won't fail. All strategies, struggle at some point, but just make sure, as I've said over and over, if you take one, 2, 3 losses in a session, just you're done with it. Don't trade anymore. Wait for another day or wait for another session. I want to see what these guys are doing. I don't know if I can switch back. Oh, that was a mistake. I should have edited the one that was down here, but anyway, it's all good. Okay, so seems like this is the fake and now they're breaking up. They're breaking to the upside. I mean, that could be a fake too. But normally when they start breaking down, they should keep on going. So when they start going the other side, then that setup somewhat becomes a low probability. It can still work. This is the last up candle before we started seeing the price go down. So if we do close above it, low probability. And I think that is being, yeah. So we're just about to get to 12:30. I'll give it another shot if this doesn't work. Which, in my opinion, yeah, that one is gone. So now we would have been saved from that stop loss if we were using this system. All have advantages and all have disadvantages. This, in my opinion, is much safer. This one is more fun. Although you kind of have a lot of things to do, right? So that position has been taken out, so let's hide it. We'll leave it there for journaling purposes. I'm going to get rid of that. We took this equal lows right there, and then now we're shooting up. So I'm thinking the next thing we're coming to is contest this 30-minute fair value gap here, right there, and this equal highs, kind of highs over here. So now we are waiting for the 12 to 12:30 range to close, and then see if we can get another signal. So we're back down to the 300, 399. I think this can be of help in times where you miss your signal. If you miss your signal on this side, then you can see if you can hop onto that momentum on this side. Again, if you want to go crazy with this system, you can wait for all of this to align, and then the moment it touches that gray zone, you can have your sell limit. Just sell immediately, right? So that can be, you can have some more losses, but and then have your stop loss just above that channel. So in this case, it would still be in this trade, just in drawdown, right? Because it touched right here, and the channel high is over there. So the advantage of that is you don't have to wait for the candles, for the EMAs to align. By the time they align, you're already in the trade. But then again, you risk being stopped out. Let me see if I can get, no, it's now 12:30. So now let me see, what I'm waiting for is a break to the upside and then come down. That low will be my entry to see if we can keep on going down. That will be my second try. If we don't get an entry, okay, I'll give you an example of that logic. You just buy, you sell before the EMA is realigned. It's a bit risky, but more rewarding when it works out. Let me see if I can see an example. This one right here will be a total loss. Of course, would have been better if you waited for it to align, but you can always go back in anyway. Something like this right here. See this? Where we did, I mean, even this one would have been fine. Yo, I'm losing focus. I'll show that to you in a minute. Now, this would be an example where this system could help me with some entries, because what I'm looking for is price to go up and then comes back down, breaks, keep on going down. Now, I've seen it a couple of times where it doesn't come up here and then it just keeps on breaking down, right? So I have no way to enter if I'm using this system. But if I'm using this and all these guys align, then I can just hop onto that trade, right? Even if it's like a 0.5 risk. I just like how these EMAs are still staying below the 200. This is equal highs right there, my guy. That is, wait a minute. Now here's the difference between providers, right, and how they deliver price. This is Capital.com, right? And this is this is 8-cap. Now look at that. 8-cap is establishing. Now let's get rid of this. This is both. This is 1 minute time frames. 8-cap has a high and a high. Capital.com has a high and a higher low. So yep, look at that. Actually equal highs. Now let's see what the futures one has. US30, kind of same as 8-cap, high and a high. So these other guys, so this is where you can actually think that you don't know how to trade because of your broker. Because if, let me see, man, I feel like this is too much. We need another screen now. These guys look like they will break down, but look at this over here. It's just too smooth to be left. Now we are breaking to the downside. We still have these gaps intact here and here and here. My God. Okay, if this one aligns, we can give it a shot. Let me use 8-cap. Looks better. No, I want to use a different provider. So once the gold line crosses the blue line, and then this, would that be blue as well? That would be 9 EMA is down. I can hop onto this trade real quick. Wow, so these guys just took me out and then now they're going down. Wickedness. um we do have as not yet. The gold has to trade below the blue, and then if it goes down too much, you can see if you can establish like a fair value gap where you can, you know, enter from. Now looking at this, we are in the gray zone where I should be looking for buys, and I'm thinking this is where this system can be of help, because if everything is aligned, you know, why are you buying? Yo, anybody in the comments, do you have any thoughts on this? Who has a different view or whatever? So look at that 36 has just crossed, so right there should be an entry and your stop loss way up here. So let me do it actually. Let's trade this system. Create new order. I'm gonna do only 0.5% risk. The stop loss is 451, and it's a market entry. So sell market 0.5. Sell that baby right there. Positions, orders. Okay. I have my stop. I mean, you can have your stop loss just at the 200, but the safest will be above that channel right there. Again, this is a buy from this side, so this is where using two systems can be a mess. But let's trust the EMAs for today. So 36, everything's now lined up, right? 36 just crossed 100. 9 is obviously below those two, and all of them are below the 100. Now I like this fair value gap here. So if we are crazy, we can have like another additional entry here and another one when we touch this, but that's being too risky. And then I will not take anything less than 1:3 right there. I mean, you can take partials, but just have like final decision over there. Now it's now 12 something, 12:38. My TP is well below this area. It's kind of at the close of this 5 minutes right there. Okay, let's see how that goes. Remember, we have these 5-minute situations which are going to be acting as resistance, as support, but I still think we can make our way down here. That entry happened somewhere here. That right there is suspicious. I mean, but there'll always be something that will make you feel like not entering a trade. There'll always be something like, yo, you sure? But you know, once you see a signal, just enter. Yo. Okay, we are in the money. Okay, let's go back to monitoring these guys here. Again, on US500, we do have this 5 minute over there. With this system, you'll never have to worry about all these drawings. You just wait for that signal and you're in. With this one, I mean, I kind of have fun with these drawings anyway. and we just broke down. Ooh, baby. Okay. Ooh. Let's go. If we cross this low, then we are bearish. For now, we're just in here. If we cross those lows for some reason, we are very bearish, and we can see some levels. See how these 5 minutes are acting. Let me add that middle line because I'm sure that is where it stopped. Got that. Let me check out the 1 hour time frame for a minute. These are yesterday's levels. Do we need them? Okay, they're not hurting anybody. I think we shall come to retest this area again. See how this candle at 5 a.m. this morning. I think we're gonna be coming to retest this zone over here, which was my yesterday's goal. This is gonna be a problem right here. So, you know, this was a live account. I would definitely take something off at this 1 hour gap. But for now, looking at that time and the way we kind of having intentions to go down, I think we can break down like crazy. So now we just chill and see how it goes. This is good. See how we traded above this high, and that's a liquidity grab enough right there. But that's not the case with Capital Com left high highs, but then again, the truth, which will be the futures, YM, whatever, right? Whoa. So we are no longer doing the December contract. So let's do the next one, YM futures. That will be March 2024. I think that is the one. Yep. So let's get rid of even this one. We'll have to get, oh, that one is still there. So YMH looks different. Yo. The futures is way up here. Oh, I know why. You have to pay for the feed that gives you, you know. So this is like, I think there's like a 5-minute delay. So yeah, this is not like the actual feed. But how comes this one's 6:29 a.m.? Okay, that is confusing. I'm out of there. Yeah, what time is it? 12:43. Let's see how that goes. I feel like this is confusing. So how can we watch all this? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get rid of this one, right? And then we can just watch from here. But the setup looks something like this. On this, which one? Right here. My entry is on, oh my gosh, somewhere there. And my stop loss is all the way up here. Somewhere right there. And my TP is 1:3, somewhere down here. And then we can just go back to watching this. And then right here is where we can see the progress of price. Just one more thing. Let me just make sure. Okay. I did enter on this up candle, and I think it was somewhere up here. But anyway, December 3rd. I think my last place will be at this 5 minute thing over there. So, oh, if this doesn't work out, I will look for another desperate entry after 1 p.m. That's what I usually call the desperate entries. Any trade after 1 p.m. is a desperation move. What I'm thinking is that 1 p.m. volatility will shoot this thing to the downside like crazy, and we can close the year, being above 400. Otherwise, even if we lose today, I mean, this account I did start in September, and the initial balance was 200. So if we lose this, how much are we losing? Less than 2,000. So we close the year with 397. So that's 197 grand gain. So that's just about to 100% in 3 months. That is good. Oh, and it's demo, but it's paper trading. It's not a real account. So I think that 1 p.m. volatility will shoot this thing to the downside. Did I already say that? I don't know. How many units do we have? 44. So we can, half will be 22. Let me see what 90% would be. Or 80% as the first partial. And that will be 35 units. Okay. Thank you for liking the stream. I appreciate. Again, today is the last day of streaming for this year. I will get back to it next year. You know what? Is there a way we can just watch 3 of them instead of starting like this? I believe there is. You can share this screen. Yeah. I have a little bit of everything right there. So we are like 2 minutes away from 1250, where I start expecting that volatility that kind of lasts for like a minute or two. Look at this equal highs here. We don't like that. Oh boy. Okay, this one has completely been closed, so I don't need to have it there. We trade it down and above. So thank you so much. This one, we have worked to the half of it. I can either update it like that or just leave it alone because we are currently working it. 1:2 would be somewhere right here, but I think there's a high probability that we can keep on pushing to the downside. No. Yeah, go away. So this entry for me, using this system would have had to come up here and then we come down, right? At that swing low, that's my entry, and then we can keep on going down, right? So that would have given us quite a good RR. So now we'll be looking at like one. I mean, assuming this is where the low formed. Well, I've seen it form a couple of times anyway. Look at that half point of this 5-minute fair value gap, right? Of this gap. Wait, that's not the real half. Let me just make sure it is right there. Yep. Bless you. Look how we're getting support from those half. This is kind of where I think we will be coming to. So anytime from now, we should see some volatility. There's something that I wanted to look at real quick. I'm gonna get, where is the previous? Huh? Okay. Oh, this is not good. That's the wrong direction, my guy. I wanted to look at the daily or the week. You know what? Doesn't matter. Wrong direction. But see how we found support at half of this 5 minutes, and now we're pushing up. I would like to see this candle break. I mean, we do have a 5-minute situation here. Will that one hold? I don't know. Bear with me with the markings. I know they're too much at this point, but and then one more marking. My gosh. This is that 5-minute up candle on the 5-minute time frame. This up candle before we saw the market shoot down. So that should act as the last line of defense. If we close above the half point, which is going to be the last marking, I promise. If we close above the half of that 5-minute, I usually use the body, then this is a low probability setup, and we could I think that's all we need for now. Let me see, where's that stop loss? Yeah, we do have quite some distance over there. The stop loss is right there, so we're good. In the meantime, I still want to monitor this US100. Remember, these candles are just too close, and then we have this situation over here. So if we don't start breaking down and we start breaking up, then I think they want to shoot up, and we could be on the way of this train. In the meantime, we are situated for a drop down. Let me move this to the side a little bit. We do have a 5-minute situation right there. This one is completely closed, so we don't need you, my guy. This one only has a little bit left, so let's just update that. Unfinished file, and we are rushing to the opposite side. So last line of defense will be if we close above this 5-minute be in the middle. This on the 5-minute time frame, this up candle that took that high and then we broke down. So if I was trading the 5-minute time frame, this gap is where I would be selling and my stop loss up here, right? So that body right there is our last line of defense. If we do come and close above that 5-minute, above the half, of that body, then this is a lower probability setup. In the meantime, as long as we're below it, then we'll still have some hope. The way we've come up and closed, because now we've established another down candle right there. So that's even another problem. Going down, 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 down. See this right here? That used to be my entry signal before. That's on the 2 minute right there. That'll be a buy for me. See how we kind of have this down candle, and then this up candle comes and closes above this. So you start going to the lowest time frame, like 4, looking for a gap. On 4 minutes, there's no gap, maybe just an inefficiency. But on the 3 minute, no gap. And then on the 2 minute, it's just sitting right there. That would be a place to buy. But in this case, I already chose my bias to go down. And then on the 5 minute, look at this setup: down candle, up, fair value gap. On the 5 minute, we do have the same setup on the opposite side: up candle going down and a fair value gap right there. So right there, we have those two conflicting. So if I had to choose, I would choose the one on the bigger time frame. So in the meantime, I'm monitoring that 2 minute thingy over there to see if, you know what, I'm done with marking. Now let's just wait. If this one loses, bro, we just end the year with a gain of that would be what? That's close to 100% account gain. So that's at least over 90% account gain. Would that be the year or the quarter? September, October, November, December. Let me see what the EMAs are doing. In this case, the 200 EMA will be the last defense right there. I like how we've left this equal lows here. Yeah, I like those. So if you had your stop loss at the 200, yeah, you're likely more tense right now. So that'll be up to you and how and your results for back testing. I don't like how they are. Look at this. Let's do this. See how price is staying below that half point. If it stays too much, it tends to break up. So I mean, it tends to shoot up. You know, you can see rejection, 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 rejection. Candles, the bodies of the candles staying below the half of this 5 minute gap right there, bruh. You have to be diligent. Yeah, the bodies are still below. So rejection, rejection. If there's too many candles, it tends to break up, like we're currently seeing right now. It can still break down though, don't get me wrong. So that 2 minute right there has offered some support. So what are these guys going to do? What are you going to do this Friday afternoon? Yeah, we'll see. To that reaction from that previous week high level, so they can still close above it, but you know, those levels do speak a lot. So if we cross that level, then we can see that same level being retested for them to keep on going up. Ooh, yep. That half point now being used as support with this candle, and they're shooting up, just about to hit my stop loss. So these guys are probably coming for these equal highs here. So if I was using this system, and let's say that I had a trade from like up here, and I'm in the money, how I would invalidate or come out of that trade is when all these EMAs kind of cross, then yeah, you want to get out of that trade, or maybe wait for price to retest and then get out. Or I mean, if you are in a short, you don't want to see the EMAs above the 200, right? Let's say you are riding like a bigger wave on the 1 minute. You're likely to see a lot of crosses, so I would use that system on the 1 minute time frame for scalping purposes. I think it gets better on higher time frames where you can stay in a trade much longer. For example, this is a wave right here that you could have, this is the 1 hour, and if you're trading this system on the 1 hour, we're just about to get taken out. Everything crossed here, and then look at that touch of that 200 right here is your entry. I mean, you wait for that is what I was talking about, like a risky entry right there. When it touches, you just enter and then have your stop loss. But the most conservative way is wait for these things to align one more time, and that will be on this candle right there, or even if it's that one. Your stop loss below the 200 or below the channel, and you can ride all these things. Let's just say you were like, you know what, I will only come out when I see an opposite signal, so you'll still be riding all of this. So look at that, and then you can say every time it touches that channel one more time, I can have an additional entry. So when we are trending, this system can be beautiful. Let's go back to the 1 minute, see what we have. Yo, what have I done? Right here. Should be this one. Oh. Okay. Okay, now I promise no more moving this chart. Let's just watch price now. Oh, this was the last kind of defense right there, that 5 minute half that I was talking about. This up candle, the half, it can wick through, but you want bodies to remain below. So wow, I like that breakdown. But now it's past 1 p.m. Can we see some shots from here? I don't know. Equal highs right there on US500. Equal highs on US100. Maybe they can leave them intact and run them next week. We're still working these 5 minute zones over here, and we still have this zone. So what I'm gonna do now is just update this right there and then have it as unfinished. Boom. Wow, we are breaking to the downside. This is gonna be like what, 1.75. Completely close this 1 minute fair value gap right there. That's too much. And this will be the second fair value gap. That also used to be something that I'll be waiting for, where I see one fair value gap completely filled, and then when they do create another one, that right there will be my entry. Boom. I mean, stop loss above the highest high, and then look for some 1:2 or some level that I think price can go and reach. This is that 2 minute fair value gap. I would like us to close below it. Oh, it's now 1 and I think this was the trade of the day, but then it's at 11:30. That one just went without us. This one didn't work out, but it did. No, it did not work out. So what are we likely to see now? This is good that we're now below this 5-minute situation. Though it's been traded up and below, it should be outside of my charts as we speak. This right here can be a propulsion order block. So we can use that to monitor our trade right now, because I want to get rid of this 5-minute situation. It's already handled. I like this one. Can be, as long as we stay below that, then I think we can see, because it's an up candle that traded to another up candle. So we shouldn't see also, we should see price remain below half of it right there. Five-minute bearish propulsion. 5-minute. Oh gosh, let's just stay like this. And then again, we also have this. Oof, too much games here. So we can see us just consolidate in here. 5-minute bullish order block, 5-minute bearish order block. We either come to this high or this low, or we can just see price start some consolidation in there. Something of the sort. Just form a huge wedge where we go up or down. But then again, time is up. So what are we likely to see? In the meantime, we have some bearishness in the market. So seeing that we traded to an up, I mean, this also traded to a down candle. But in this case, this one has more weight. I think we'll go down. Bum, 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 bum. Oh man, it has been fun. Let me pull out my YouTube right here. Manage videos. Where do you go to see like the number of videos you've done and stuff? The dashboard here, right here. So 50 subscribers, let's go. That is a huge milestone for me. You know, in the last 28 days I've had like nearly 50% of, wow. So 24 in the last 28 days, and I've done, how many videos have I done? Over 50, right? Where would I see the number of videos I've done? Yo, let's see what we have. Yo, can we break down and close the year nicely? Oh, after 115, man, then, you know, there's no more volatility. Content. So the videos are not so many. Man, it takes so much time editing videos. So man, I was like, I don't have a lot of time to do all this. So how about I do live streams, you know? But what I used to do is, even when I was trading by myself, I'll be talking the way I'm talking right now. So like I just keep it as engaging as possible. You'd think I'm talking to someone. Then I was like, you know what? And then I started recording myself on my computer. my computer started taking so much space, or whatever the videos I was doing started taking so much space. So what I did was, you know what, how about I start recording these videos on YouTube, so, and then kind of keep them private. The time I thought that you had to have 1,000 subscribers, I think that's a rule that they have, but they scrapped it. So, you know, after 24 hours after you register that you want to start like live streaming, I mean, you have to go and say, yo, whatever some process you do, and then it takes 24 hours, and then you can now start live streaming. And I started doing private videos. Then I was like, how about we just go live? Let's just do it. And now we're seeing some growth over here. I like it. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. The 50K smart prop challenge kind of brought in some traffic. So I'm gonna be doing a lot more of those. So coming next year, I think I might purchase a 200K account and give it a shot, you know. I think the number of videos I've done is 50. Number of live videos I've done. I know there's a place you go and see how many videos you've done. Where would that be? Where would that be? Analytics. My guy. I have to figure out trading in YouTube. Anyway, this is good. We're breaking down. Please keep going. We do have some resistance. I don't know if you've noticed how those 5-minute fair value gaps are kind of giving a story, you know, especially if you're scalping on the 1 minute. You want to have those levels in there, unless you have such a system where you don't have to care about all those things. Look, price has aligned one more time, so that can be another entry, you know. Or maybe I would refrain from taking another entry in case we want to start consolidating, but that right there is another signal. 9 went above all this, and then below 200, 136, 9. That's another signal that you can engage with. Pretty obvious system. Pretty much, that's a word. Now we do have another issue here on US500. Unfinished. So coming next year, we will go even harder. We'll be more disciplined, more rules oriented, and the main aim is not to make money quick, but to make money at the end of it all. So concentrate on more of, I mean, that's what we've been doing anyway. Kind of like grouping your trades in like 20 to 25 trades, and then having a hard review of how you perform within those 20 to 25 trades, not making decisions after 5 losses or making decisions after 5 wins. You know, all these things do come with time anyway. So we've remained below that half, and then this is now our propulsion order block, an up candle that traded to another up candle, so we should remain also below the half of it. We are contesting this down candle before we short up. That's also going to be some resistance up there. So we do have some support. We do have support here and resistance up here, and then no volume, no momentum. So that's a recipe of consolidation. And today is a Friday, so I don't know. I'll leave this trade running. Maybe come Monday we can see something of the sort with this trade that happened here. Let me pull up those executions. That is where I kind of had this this win over here. This was just 1%, right? 1% that went to 1:, what was it? And look at that. So these small losses They shouldn't like keep you away from the main goal. Losses are inevitable. So maybe come Monday we can see something of the sort where price can gap down and hit our targets. So, and I think I'm gonna end this stream here. And next year is not that far. We only like 8 days away. We can get back to doing what we love. Trading is fun, honestly. It is fun. The feeling that you get when you lose and when you win, when you miss a trade, it's just, it is engaging. That's a thing. So no momentum. We can still see it, get down here before 2 p.m. But yeah. US500 still hasn't hit their all-time high. No, US 500, yes, as I was saying. And I think, what in the world is going on? Huh? Are you not? Yeah. All-time high right here, which I think, I don't like the way they've left these highs. They're just too smooth. What you want to see is something like, let me show you. Well, we do have some smoothness over there, but something like this, you see how we just come down and then go back inside the range? That is pretty much what you want to see. Something like this, we come down, take out the liquidity, and then shoot back up. That is somewhat what you want to see. But when they leave such smooth areas like this, doesn't mean that they will get to those areas immediately. They can just go down to some level and then just come up and take these areas just like that. Otherwise, I think I'm done. What I can do is, let me see, I don't need this anymore. Let me see if we can have, yes, you can watch these sides like this now, and I can leave this straight running up to 2 p.m. but I don't think I'm gonna be here, but then I can still stay anyway. My stop loss is, how did I move? My stop loss is up here. 1:3 is going to be over here, but in this case, I think I can have my final TP at just 0.94. That's okay. Just take that 4K. That would be like at least what, 1.5%. That would be 1%, 1.2%. Because I think coming Monday, if we gap down, they would definitely take these lows. Looking at it on the 5-minute, actually no. Let me show you how I'm gonna do it. The 15-minute time frame, which is where this candle came to, I think we're going to retest that area one more time, which would be this down candle right there. That will be the, I'm not taking the closing, the open price. I'm taking the high of it, and that right there is where I think that we will reach coming next week, coming Monday, where we can gap down. Once we take this, then they can come up and finish this business. That is just my opinion. So I'll have it there for, that is where my final TP will be at, and if we take that, that will be 1.07. Where's my entry? My guy, your entry is up here, and then again I need to pull in those executions. Let me know where I entered. There's no executions on this one. Oh, right here on this candle. This is now the, do I say disadvantage of the system? Your entries will be kind of late, but you kind of enter with the momentum. Doesn't mean that you won't see some hit anyway, but that's why you have your stop loss. The advantage with this one, you can have some early entries. Some pretty much earlier entries. For example, in this case, if we did come and trade above the high and then came in establish a low, that's my entry, which would be actually like, see what they just did here. If they did it with this candle and then leave that low right there, we can have some quick entries and quick targets. So that will be like 1:5 already. So 1:2, I'm taking a partial, and then at some logical levels right there, you can take some more partials. Market closes at 1:59 p.m. So that's the market close on this side right there. Thought I had this in red. So that'll be the end of trading for the day. My target is down here, so maybe I can have this on the 5-minute time frame, then I'll call it a day. Now let's just have it on the 1 minute, doesn't hurt. So I want to close the stream here, but I'll leave this running until 1:59 p.m. So even if you leave the stream, you can always come back and check the progress. We have 39 minutes to close. So I just want to say thank you so much. We are 5 in the stream, in the chats, in the stream right now. Appreciate you coming out and checking out this work. If you're trading, I do encourage you to get into it, but first make sure you're trading a live account, right? No, I'm sorry. Make sure you're trading a demo account and kind of see, how it feels. Engage yourself, when you're taking losses after losses after losses, are you able to stay, are you still able to remain holded up? Are you still holding up, and take at least 6 months, demo trading, and then make sure you have a complete system. Actually, let me show you an example. Where do I have it? An example of a system would be something like this, and you have to have your system well written down, right? Let me see. We don't need to have all that space. We can just have it here as we watch the trade. So something of the sort, right? So this is kind of what I do on this side. And I came up with it when back testing and kind of looking at the times I want to trade and the style I want. So if I was to go through it right here, this is this side, right? So I trade 30-minute ranges, right? All I want to see is will this side escape? Let me show you. Let me have this. Wow, this thing is going down. So we can watch the price here if we want to keep on watching that. So let me have this looking like this. And this can take this other half. I don't like the Mac computer, I'm not gonna lie. Can't wait to get back to a Windows PC. So pretty much, let me see if I can go to another provider. So we can't see the progress. Yeah, we can see the progress right here. Okay, so let's go to like US, just something I haven't marked so much, kind of like something like this. So let's just use whatever. So what I want to see is a 30-minute range established, right? Kind of something like this. So this will be the trading It's something I'm looking for. Go speed. So let's say this will be the trading that happened in the previous 30 minutes. Looks something like that. So now what I'm looking for is when this range closes, the next range, I want price to come above that range and then come inside the range and then form a swing low, right? So we can come up and take that high or not. When crossing this low, that's my entry, right? It's that simple. So if it works, yo, what's going on, my guy? Okay, so if it works or not, that's up to price. So my entry, as I've showed a million times, will be at that low. Hey, my guy, what is going on? What? So my entry is at this low over there. Yo, at that low, my stop loss just above this high, preferably this one, and then I'm doing 1:2. Once we get to 1:2, if I want to keep on staying longer, I have to take a partial, like take 80%, 90%, and then leave a runner. It's that simple. So if I can show you like an example, it will be something like this. So we did take this trade on US30, right? But it failed. Right here, we were taken out. Wait a minute. Why were we taken out? Oh, this is a different provider. So 8-cap, manipulated, took us out. So in this case, 8-cap messed with us. Otherwise, we would have had a winning trade right there. If we were using Capital.com, that would have been a win. So let me show you what I mean. Let me take this back. So in this case, I'm waiting for the 11:30 to 12 range to close. Bum, bum. See, close right there. So that's the high of the range. That's the low. This is now 12. And then I want us to come down and form a swing low. Boom. See that swing low right there? That's my entry for a short. And I'll start modeling my trade. At that low is my entry. And then whatever high they leave will be my stop loss. In this case, that high will be my stop loss. That swing high right there. And then you want to do like a 1:2. So boom. So that one, note it in. Note it in. Boom. Now that one I'm in, and that's my established swing high. So now, depending on how the momentum that we have, sometimes we can get slippage where they don't give you the entry at that point right there. They can give you an entry much farther from your entry point. So now that covers my entry. So let me see if we can go back. So that is just part of the system, right? So now I'm in the trade. Now what's next? So you saw the conditions. I'm waiting for 30-minute range to close. I want price to go above it, and then coming down. Once it creates a swing low, then I want to enter. Going up, this right here would be a beautiful trade. See, we traded below the previous 30-minute range when this range closed. Actually, let's just do it again so you can see how this works. So in this case, I'm not taking a trade until this range closes, which will be the 11 to 11:30 a.m. range is closed. Bum, closed right there. We've gone below, and then see how I have all these levels on the higher time frame. You kind of want where one of those higher time frames are being traded to, right? Price will tend to bounce off those levels, right? So in this case, we've traded below that previous 30-minute range. I'm looking for a high that was left. It can either be a new one in the current 30-minute range or one that's established in the previous range. And there's one right there. So that is how I would model my entry stop loss will be where the farthest low will be at. So in this case, it will be those lows. Here we do have equal lows, but it's okay. There'll always be something that will let you, doubt your entry. But once your conditions have been met, engage with the trade. So looking at that, boom. Now see that high? It's a much better high than that one. It will give us more value once we enter. So I would update to that high, right? My stop loss at the farthest low, and then I just wait for my entry. Boom, that one I'm in. If you are fast enough, you can update your stop loss right there because there's no inefficiency over here. But we can see price, we do have a fair value gap. We can see price come down and manipulate up until here and then keep on going up. But that farthest low is kind of good. The next thing you want, now that covers our entry conditions. So previous range, let me just have it like this, previous 30-minute range liquidity graph, that will be trading below it, and then we go back up. True swing formation will be that swing over there, or this one, or I can just say swing formation. There's no need for swing. And then it has to be in the premium or discount of the previous range. What that means is that swing has to happen. If I'm buying, it has to be in the half of this 30-minute range, which would look something like this, right? That swing is valid as long as it forms below the half of the previous range. If it forms up here, then that price could have gone too much, and that is a low probability. Now, it can also form down here, which is okay. You can have those early entries, but I usually call those low probability, high return trades. So this one right here now, so that's done. And then the next thing is your entry is at that true swing, which is that swing high in there. Just choose to call it swing. So no entry if the swing forms after 15 minutes in the range. So if this range is 11:30 to 12, then the trade has to form between 11:30 to 11:45. Now that rule doesn't hold to me from 12:30 to 1. I mean, it doesn't hold with my system. So 12:30 to 1, I can take 2 trades. That's okay. Now the next thing, the entry is catered for, stop loss at the most recent swing. So the next thing is my TP is 1:2, right there. And then how do I manage this trade? Now your TP, can I buy what? Can you buy? Market is about to close. It's 1:33. Not a good time to buy. You don't want to buy right now. Wait for next week. You don't want to buy or sell anything right now. Now, so we've established our entry signal and our stop loss. The next thing is, now we are in the trade. What do we do about the trade? Now, TP is, you can have a hard TP at 1:2, or if you feel like we can keep on going up, make sure you take a partial right there. So close 50% of the trade, or 80% of your setup. So it's Friday, you don't want to buy right now. Sleepy sleep. Oh, he said okay, thanks, awesome. So just wait for Monday. Now the next thing is you want to manage this trade. How I manage it is I have this fib right here that I'll take from where I have the stop loss to the original entry. I call it original entry because of if you do have a lot of momentum, then you can be if you're doing a buy stop, you can be filled like way up here. So you want to manage your trade from where you had the original entry, right? And if you kind of know what this is, that doesn't matter for now. So what you want to do is, these are my settings right here, right there. So you can take a screenshot if you want to use this. So once we get to 1:1, let's just do it. Boom, boom, boom. Not yet. Boom. We just got to 1:1. You want to reduce your risk by half. Once we get to 1.5, you want to completely remove your risk. Now, what I've seen is when price gets to 1.5 and it starts retracing, it's likely to come and take you out. Now, it doesn't feel good when you've seen an increase of 1:5 R. It kind of sucks when it comes and takes you out. So break even. It's okay. It's okay to be taken out at break even, where you only like maybe just a small slippage, or you want to have your stop loss just above above your entry. I'd rather be taken out on break even than be taken out on a stop loss, having seen such a huge gain. And then the next thing you want to do is, once we get to 1:2, just have your TP right there, or have your buy, in this case would be a sell limit, or have your partial, or take your close a partial TP right there. Pay yourself even if it's 20%, if you believe it will keep on going up. And then leave a runner. You know, you can have your runner like at some case up here. When it takes you out again, you don't care. You're already outside the trade. Another thing is, if you're still holding on this, once you see the opposite trade form, in this case, it will be at this low, you want to have your runner at that low right there. And the opposite trade just formed, and you know, in my opinion, as a beginner, just get done with the day. But if you want to keep on going, you can say like, let me take like a quarter of the profits I've made, let me risk that for another trade. If you lose that, then just you're done for the day. One thing I like about this system is, if I'm trading from 12 to 1, I can only take 3 trades. I mean, I've done some mistakes before where I took 2 trades between 12 to 12:30 in the last 2 weeks, but I think that's a rule that I just introduced, where I can only take 1 trade within a 30 minutes range. So with that rule, I can only take a trade from 12 to 12:30 on the 1, and then 2 trades between 12:30 to 1. If I only take 1 trade between 12:30 to 1, then I can take an additional trade between 1 to 1:15, what I call a desperate entry. And just like that, you have a system. So that's taking care of the conditions you're looking for, how you enter, where your stop loss is at, you take profit, how you manage that trade. Remember, it's easier to take losses than take a profit. Sometimes the trade will just keep on going up, and you start, you get in a panic. Do I get out? Do I stay? Make sure you have a point where you can take a partial and you don't care what happens next. So the next system is your loss management. This is the most important. I have it here like a programmer, like some pseudocode, but all it is if this trade lost and I came in, my initial risk was 1%. If I have to take another trade, it has to be a half of this. So if I lose, if trade 1, the risk is 1%. If I lose that trade, then trade 2 has to be 0.5%. If trade 2 loses, trade 3 has to be 0.25%. At that point, you don't have to reduce. You can keep on just risking 0.25%, but have a final percentage that you will stop trading at. So my own personal account, the total will be like 3.75%, maybe 4%. If I'm trading a prop firm, the maximum would be 1.5%. And because of slippage, it can go up to 1.8%. And just like that, you have a full system. So the next thing you can do is just go and back test it. I would ask, if this is what you want to do, all you need to get started, you can take a screenshot of this if that makes sense to you. You can take it and remove what you think is not working with you, or copy it as it is, or whatever. Just make sure you backtest at least 6 months of data. So here's a few rules I've added along the way. Only 1 loss permitted within a 30-minute range. And then leave, okay, this is just something I added. No taking trades if equal highs are not taken. Okay, these are some of the things that you'll start doing for yourself. And this is just my own rules right here. Be patient. It's okay if trade goes without you. There's sometimes you'll miss a trade. Just tell yourself, hey, there'll always be another setup. And right there, I have a full system. So when you see me, doing these entries, I've done it over and over. It's just like a second, whatever. So if I was trading today, this system, 11:30, if I was, what is this? Is this today? I believe so. There'll be a trade. There'll be another 1:2 right there. So those two alone is, well, depending on where this stop loss. I think this would have been taken out because of spread, especially in these other brokers. So that would have been a loss unless you re-entered. So meaning those two trades, that would be like 1%, which is a good gain anyway. So if that's just, it's very, do I say risky? It's kind of, because you kind of have small stop losses, but then it's very rewarding when it works. And then you can now start adding some other things, like looking at the previous 4-hour, ranges, and you can establish a rule where I'm only going to be buying from this lower zone and selling from the upper zone. But the more you add things, the more complicated it is. Pretty much that's it. So yep, if you like some more, I can do a video, but it takes so much time editing. So we can meet again next week and we can expound some more on that strategy, but I just gave you all what you need. If you do need my indicators, this 30-minute range, I use it's called Sessions Liquidity Tracker, and these are the settings right here. So you can have it at whatever time zone you want. Just make sure you are in line with the times, right? So I have it in 30-minute ranges right there. Looks just like that. So you can have it initially. Actually, you can have it set up just like it is. And when you come down here and put whatever time zone you are, the levels will still remain at the time that I do trade, and you can take it and make yours. I think this trade, there's a high probability it's gonna keep on going down. US30, this is kind of where I have all these shenanigans. Looking good. So let's look at the other system. I don't have anything written down for that, but it's pretty much simple. So unnamed. This is where we have that running. Wait. Okay, I have it on another. Okay, let me get back here. Yo, my guy. Right here. Boom. Ooh, we are dropping like it's hot. Let me hide those lines. Let me explain this system one more time. I've done it a couple of times in the stream, but since it's the last day of the year, I don't mind doing it one more time. So in this case, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to just show it. The whole thing is, this is a 200 EMA with this channel. This is 100 EMA, this is 36, and this is 9. I want this image to line up. My signal would be something like, let me show you. Let's do this. Let me come here. I'm seeing a signal right there. So this is what I want. If I'm looking for a buy signal, I want all these lines to line up. I want 9 to be above 36, and 36 above 100, and 100 above 200. So in this case, there's no signal for an entry, right? So I have to chill. This system is good because it can keep you from impulse entries. Yeah, because you have to wait for a specific thing to happen first. So boom, boom. In this case, I'm waiting for, so 100 just crossed. You can see right there. 100 crossed 200, and 36 is now going to cross what? 36 is going to cross the 100. So now everything is lined up. You don't want to enter just yet, right? Because that is the initial, This is the time where all three EMA now have now crossed. Now, if you enter right now, your stop loss is gonna be so huge. So you want price to come back to this zone, that gray channel right there, or pretty much touch the 200 EMA, and then you want to have that signal one more time. So in this case, it would look something like this. I'm not trading, I'm just waiting for a retest. Boom. Now, this should not, I think this is 5:30 in the morning. This is the other good thing about EMAs. You're not going to be worrying about all this, because price can look like it's going down, but yo, the EMA is above 200. So I'm still looking for buys, right? And just give me a minute, Sleepy. Just 1 second. But no new trades per se, because the market closes in 15 minutes. In 19 minutes, in 14 minutes actually. So in this case, we still can buy or sell. Price is below here, but the EMA is above 200, so those are conflicting. So what I want to see how, you know, this 136 is still remaining above the 200. That gives me a signal that, yo, I think we can be having an up move. So now what I'm waiting for is this what I'm waiting for is this 9 EMA to close above, and that is a retest enough for me. Price can, on the retest, price can go below the 200, but this EMA should stay above, and that to me is an enough signal. So what I'm waiting for now is that dot right there, which is a 9 EMA, to close above the 36, and bravo, I'm in. Boom, not yet, not yet, not yet, and just like that, we have a complete signal. See how they're all now lined up. If I was to change that that rebound back to, see, 9 just crossed, so all of them are now lined up properly. That right there is a signal. No worrying if it fails or not. Remember, we are looking at a number of trades, not just one trade, a series of trades, right? So the candle closes up there, boom, I'm in. Best place for me will be below that 200, but in this case, look at this gap right here. Price can come back and retest. So in this case, the best place to have your stop loss will be below this low, but then that's a huge stop loss. Nah, I am not doing that. So in this case, I'll just have it below that channel right there. We do have some fair value gaps, but sometimes these gaps just indicate that, yo, we have some momentum in the market. It doesn't have to come back down here. So let's see how this one works. I think it worked. And then I don't want to take anything less than 1:3, but that will be up to you with how you're testing your system. Remember, you can see upwards of 2.5, and then it comes and takes you out. That sucks. Let's see how this one worked. I think it worked, right? So boom, we're in, and all this time we're just in the money, looking at 1.2. In this case, I think if I would ever trade this, I would just set my trade and leave, and boom, just like that. There's your 1:3. Again, you can have fun. You can take 80% and then make sure you break even and leave a runner, right? And it's that simple, my guys. There's no drawing like you see me do on this other system over here. It's just straightforward. On the 1 minute, 1:3 is good. 1:2 would be better, probably 1:2.5 with US30, right? And within the time where there is volatility in the market, like this is in the morning at 5, just before 6:30. This can be risky because 9:30 a.m. EST is where the market opens, New York Stock Exchange. So this could be going up or going down. So if I was trading this, I would break even at that point in case they decide to go down, even though everything is lined up to go up. Man, I feel like this system is pretty much straight to the point, honestly. So that was a signal, and then right here is a retest. You wait for all this to line up. They do line up here, so this would be a loss right there, because everything lined up where. So this is a retest as a whole. Nothing lined up here. I think it did line up over here, right? Somewhere here at that dot. The stop loss below the channel. In this case, I think I would have mine at the 200. So maybe it's good to have it below the channel, but that was a struggling trade right there. And it takes your, it's all good anyway. So if you're doing 1:3, I think you'd have a 40%. If you have a 40% win rate, you will be profitable. Out of 100 trades, that will be 40 wins. So that will be 120, and then 70 losses. You're looking at a 50% increase after 100 trades with a 40% win rate doing 1:3 RR, meaning you'll still lose a lot more times. You lose 40? You lose, no, 60. You lose 60 trades, but only 40 trades, and you can have, what would that be? So 120 and minus 60 losses. So looking at a 60% increase with a 40% win rate. The only way you can find that out is go back and backtest this system. Whoa, so this trade is still doing good. For sure we will be taking this to equal lows over here. So I'll leave this running for the week. So see you again next year. Maybe if I do get time next week, I can hop onto the charts, but for now my intention is to be back here next year. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for liking the stream. Did I already say that? And coming over here to engage with me. And I'll see you again next week, and we shall get some more systems to trade, right? In the meantime, I think those two are just fine. So sleepy sleep, any new trade? No. Market closes at 1:59 p.m. and then remember, it's the weekend. If I was trading a live account, I would close, because if anything happens within the weekend, let's say some country attacks another country, then we start seeing some volatility where we can see a huge gap on Monday. So in this time, you want to chill off a little bit. In the meantime, I will leave this running. My final TP is somewhere down here, and it is on this other system over here. So one more thing is, yes, I've seen that it is possible to trade both. See how we missed an entry here and we got it on here, right? If we got it here, it would have been a much earlier entry, even though more risky. This one was a more late entry, but more sustainable, if I would say something of the sort. Anyway, trader Mavera, and I'm out. It's pretty much at the end, only like 6 minutes left, so I'll just end the stream here. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next year, or if I happen to have some time next week and hop onto a stream. So thank you so much. Do have a lovely weekend, and keep on working on your skills, and in due time they will take you before kings. That oil is not so far. We will strike it soon, and I hope we do it together. And I'm out. Peace. That was fun.